Hello guys, and welcome back to Old World. I am Baldus, and we are joining the second session of Magnus commanding the Kush, playing versus his opponent, Watch the Turd, playing Carthage. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a tough watching the first session for me personally, as I feel like both players made quite a lot of mistakes. However, it does make for a pretty entertaining game state. And hello, Fluffy Bunny. Let me know if the sound is alright. But yeah, we are joining this game in the year 78. And let's have a look at the stats. I don't think the players have started yet. They should begin shortly. But as for military, we clearly see Carthage in a commanding lead, and that has been the case for basically the entire game. Since turn 12, we've only had one player in the lead, and that is Watch the Turd. Looking at the science, it is pretty even overall. Both players having around 4k invested in the tech tree currently, or at least close to it. A little edge to Carthage, but not by much. So overall pretty even. Orders also pretty even overall. And just looking at the resources, we see, I don't know what happened here. Maybe we have some sort of event. Yeah, not sure about this drop off, but food, iron, stone, all of the resources are currently favoring our Carthage player, and he has the map control with all the cities in the middle. Basically, it is 5 cities to 9 cities, which is quite a lot. This city used to belong to Magnus, but he couldn't defend it. Yeah, and we still have a few cities left to be taken. And what frustrated me in the first session was, yeah, Watch the Turd had the ability to take all these cities, but he apparently opted not to do it. And Magnus tried to play for a very tall playstyle, build a few very strong cities, but he went with some odd choices in my opinion. He has a lot of disciples, not really capable of doing anything currently besides standing in their monasteries, and he opted to go for the Mahavihara. While it's a neat wonder, it's not really gonna net him a lot of value, and the main issue for Magnus currently is that he simply does not have any space in any of his cities. If you take a look at his capital here, almost every single tile is filled with a production building or an urban building or wonder of something. And as for resources, there are only a limited number of hills left in his entire kingdom. So it's very difficult to actually move out. He'll need to somehow break out of this containment, and that is looking rough. I don't think he's gonna have an easy time to break out. Really gonna have a tough time, as he was way behind in military. We have some ships for Carthage. Let's take a look at the tech tree. This is currently the Kush tech tree, and land consolidation has been something he went for quite early. He also got metaphysics. I'm not entirely sure why he went with metaphysics. But yeah, this is the current game state. from the eyes of Kush. So they'll need to find a way to break this containment, and I really think it's going to be hard. We have an onager sitting on a hill, ready to barrage into Magnus, and having a look at the wonders. We do have the wonder majority currently going in favor of Kush, which is always nice. We do have stuff like the pyramids, the Yashilkaya, and do not forget we are playing Kush, maybe one, if not the strongest nation in the game. Seemingly we lost connection. Yeah, they rehosted, so I'll need to go out and rejoin. Give me 1 second here. Hopefully that shouldn't be a big issue. I see the game. Joining back in, and when I get back in, I'll take a look through the eyes of Carthage. And hello, Scientific in chat. And yeah, let's have a look at the map from Carthage point of view. You see, looking at his kingdom, it's way less clustered overall. There isn't 4 shrines or close to in every city. He has enough space. He is building the Kothon currently, so he's gonna have the ship advantage, and he can, if he would like to, go in any direction and expand, build out his kingdom. He's got 11 workers currently, and I believe it was sort of the same thing for Magnus. 12 workers, so overall sort of equal economy. You could take a look at this and see clearly Magnus should and could be ahead by quite a lot. But a lot of those improvements are not really adding a lot to the current stats. So did they rehost again? I think they rehosted again. They are giving me a rough time. And let me rejoin once more. Is it this one? Maybe. We'll know soon enough. But yeah, if you have any questions, people, just fire away. But yeah, Scientific, I'd argue it's looking very good currently for Carthage. It's gonna be a tough match to come back from. Seemingly we are having a rehost. Just waiting for Magnus to rehost the game. He will hopefully be back soon. If you have any questions, fire away. Constant is ready for some trolling action. I appreciate that. Okay, I think we have a new game going. So, and it seems like the bug we experienced just before fixed itself. which was the top cloud game name? The Jungle Barbarian Boogaloo. It's a fun game. It is one of the 5 games where Clash Koala is beating my ass. I'm in like 3 FFAs or 4 FFAs with Class, and he's killing me in every single dimension. And he just won versus me in a 1 versus 1. So yeah, it is what it is. But we were taking a look at the game from Carthage's point of view. He is, yeah, as I was saying before, able to go basically in any direction he would like. So it's looking good for Carthage. I'm gonna grab some water. Be right back. All right, I'm back, or at least I'll attempt to be back. Last session had a lot of tension by the end around this area, where we actually have a landing area should Magnus forfeit this position, which it's going to be difficult to hold it as he's going to stand in marsh and can be attacked by an onager. So not certain how you would defend this as Magnus. Building more forts is probably a good start, honestly, but it is a very, very difficult defensive position. It's all flat land, and your opponent has seemingly a one-way advantage. He can put up onagers and slingers and do stuff like that. We do not currently have the technology, if I remember. No, we are researching it. So in 3 turns we can build even more onagers. But yeah, it is difficult to defend this, and we also have to respect this front for Magnus. So I think it's gonna be a rough session for Magnus, honestly. I'm not certain how he's gonna pull through. I'm hoping he got an idea in the break we had between the session, because he'll need to come up with something. We do see a note being put down by Carthage, or Watch the Third, attack here. So he's clearly looking to be aggressive. And why shouldn't he? Honestly, this is the time to put on the pressure. Magnus has not really seized the opportunity to build up a very tall economy as of yet, and I don't I don't think he's let's actually take a look at the military production capabilities. Overall, not too impressive. We have one city, Sika, with decent training, but I mean the rest is not really that impressive. Let's look at Magnus and have a gander at what he's working with. It is overall more impressive in his empire. We have a pretty decent leader currently. Uh, Hopefully she's gonna stick around for a little bit. Warlike, intelligent, loyal, all good traits. Whereas the leader in Carthage is all about science, which she does gracefully, I'd say. A lot of science, very impressive from this one leader. Uh, she's alone is bringing in like 25% of our total science, so that is a lot. What did they say? Oh, just talking about the pause. Yeah, back to Watch the Third. Let's see what he's gonna do. He could this very moment bring in his elephants and start to just kill his opponent. And if he indeed decides to do just that, we could have a pretty short session on our hands. I don't think Magnus will be able to defend it. So yeah, um, we are moving the onager forward somewhat slow, creeping forward. I think that's a decent approach. Although he really could just take his units and go in for the attack. There isn't really a reason to be waiting. You could just take the elephant, bring it across, and start to do damage. I don't think Magnus realized the issue right here. Well, maybe he does. He did remember it last session, but I'm not sure what he can do, honestly. We see no military units in production, and I believe one of the issues Magnus is having is simply no resources. We've got very limited food and very limited iron and not a lot of stone and no wood. So we don't have the funds to basically build any units at all, which is a really huge issue, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure what Magnus can do from this position. Hopefully he's gonna have an idea, but I'm not seeing it currently. He does have some mountains down here, or hills rather, he could go for. But this is bad. Having all these nets being disturbed constantly is gonna drain a lot of your resources as well. Yeah. Very difficult position from Magnus. Even though it might look like he's doing alright from his point of view. He's competent, and it's not like his opponent is far ahead. He is ahead in wonders and points. He is really having a difficult time pushing out and getting any kind of value from his empire. His 11 workers are not really going to be able to build anything soon, and yeah, Carthage has the entire map to just expand slowly. They're still buying a lot of units, Carthage, which I don't really like. I feel like they should rely more on their own units at this point, but... Alright, back to Magnus. Do we have any nice events? Intercede, I mean... That is alright. I would maybe consider going for mana. Going mana right here, then go conscripts. You have crazy growth and just spamming what would be basically a spearman might be enough to fight a way back. Go citizenship, and yeah, that is often the best call. It would net us divine rule, which would gain a few orders, but it is a very difficult, very tricky position. We would need to basically gamble somehow. We can't be comfortable just continue this current situation. Maybe we should attempt to get hydraulics, as some lumber or some watermills would improve our current predicament a little bit. We would get some additional. Scientific is asking, does Kush have a realistic path to victory? It is gonna be rough, Scientific. I really think it's gonna be very rough. The best path forward would probably be hoping for this guy, the Spy Master, that is quite old, and Carthage is having excellent relationships with the spy master. He is the pagan leader. If he dies, we will get a negative opinion of 200 with each family, and maybe with a few shenanigans when this leader dies, we could have some civil unrest in Carthage, which may provide a slither of hope of a window of opportunity where we could go back. But it is very difficult scientific to see a realistic approach for Magnus. It feels to me that if Carthage or Watch the Turd is continuing this game without any major fuck-ups, he should cruise to victory eventually. So Magnus is probably relying on a fuck-up from Carthage. I mean, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer, so we could maybe see that. But it is difficult, very difficult. I don't really know what I would do if I was switching position with Magnus. Is if I had to continue this game from Magnus's position, I honestly don't know what approach I would take. If anyone in chat has any idea how Magnus can bring this back, I am eager to hear you out. But the issue is simply we don't have the resources. If if we had the ability to build mines, build farms, build lumber mills, build up our economy back home, I think we maybe could pull off a comeback a bit like Nestor did in his game. Although he didn't win that game, but he made it competitive at least. But I'm currently not really seeing it. What are the relationship with the raids could annoy Watch the Turd, but we need to basically force some kind of continuous engagement where we come out ahead. Magnus opted for 3 eco families. He doesn't have the sentinel bonus for hunters. And to be fair, I think it was a very good choice. I really believe his choice of nation and his choice of families were excellent. But in the mid game, he had a kerfuffle with a diplomat leader that made a tribal alliance with the Danes. However, his opponent just simply bought the units. As being Carthage, you can just buy the units. And Magnus forgot to declare war with the Danes. You have to ask the Danes to declare war on the Carthage, which he didn't do. And due to that, Carthage simply rolled up and bought all the units Magnus was relying on. So yeah, that is that was unlucky to say the least. We have a lot of elephants, a lot of units in the area. We could really do something with all these units. Uh, these units are gonna win versus these units, especially if you get the Alpha Strike. So a tough position for Magnus. Ooh, this guy is severely ill. He could maybe die somewhat soon. That could hurt the family relation, and then if this guy also dies, or if we lose the leader, because we do have a lot of these relationships sort of being um, held together by this lovely lady, maybe we could eventually end up with some issues. I like this back and forth with the ships going in. We could have killed this worker, most likely. And I don't know why we go all the way back here. That seems a bit excessive to me. We could most likely go in, damage the worker, and bring this over and kill the worker, or we immobilize the worker. I don't know why we are being this cautious with the ships. Maybe we are scared for Magnus to bring out some ships and kill our ships. Not really certain about that. Doesn't really seems to me that it's needed. We do have Magnus hitting Legendary very soon. Legendary is gonna net him a tech card that could provide him with 2 unique units, and those archers could be excellent, and I think he needs to go for it to get some kind of fighting chance, but yeah, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy at all. I can't help but feel a bit sorry for Magnus being in this position. It must feel awful to have this limited space to work with, basically. Normally it's a great idea with Kush, and I was really applauding his decision in the early parts of this game, going Kush and getting Pillar Edicts and getting his shrines online, but eventually we realized you don't have the space for it. So yeah. The naval dominance is gonna be even more certain when the Kothon is gonna be finished in 2 turns. So in 2 turns we gonna have triremes along with these ships to mess with the coastline. Maybe the best bet for aggression for Magnus would be down here. Sort of taking this ship and putting it here, anchor, and come in from this angle right here. I think that is best bet, in my opinion. All these forts were initially built by Magnus, but alas, it's not his anymore. It's mainly tribal units in these parts of the map, and we do not have a connection currently with the culture, and there is a bit of a desert, so maybe there could be an opening right here if you anchored the ship right here or right here. It could be countered by just positioning units here, but I mean, I am trying to look for whatever at this point, and I'm not seeing a lot of options. Science is getting slowly better, which is neat, but probably not enough. What are we gonna do about this? I mean, we're still fighting with slingers. It's turn 80. It's not gonna last long. We have axeman, spearman, a maceman, and all sorts of tribal units ready to attack into this position. And this coastline is not secure. Can't simply take your units and move them across. So very difficult for Magnus to do anything here, and difficult for me to add anything new, honestly. I am repeating myself. Keep me entertained, chat. Have some questions for me. I'm seeing a few raids. We are seeing a few raids down here. That could maybe do something. Did anyone do anything nice this weekend in the chat? I saw the new Spider-Man movie. It was pretty good. Back to Carthage. And yeah, we did lose our excellent leader of Carthaginian paganism, but I mean, it didn't really change the fact we are still looking happy. We're spamming decrease, and we've been doing so quite a lot. We do have a decent enough civics production down here in our statesman seat, and it's probably only gonna get better. I mean, that is the one avenue where we do have... No, never mind. We used to have a little advantage, but it's sort of equal now. So I'm puzzled by why we are not attacking as Carthage. That seems very strange to me. Honestly, quite stupid. You are looking at an opponent and he is weaker. Why are we not attacking? Or at least taking the sides? Maybe you're just looking to win by points, but that is so passive. Are we maybe waiting for the Kothon to get some ships up here? We of course don't know what's in here, but honestly we could bring this scout down here, build up a spy network, and get a better idea about what we're fighting versus. I would probably take my scout and move him down here and build up a spy network, and then we suddenly know exactly what's going on. And then we could take our elephants and just come in and kill everything. This isn't holding at all versus what we could bring to the engagement. Don't forget, if we push this unit out, it's going to be weaker, and we can pull in another unit to this side. We have 5 laws to 5 laws for both players, so not any 7 law timing immediate coming online. See it eventually. And constant, I am not always 7 law killing people on turn 60. I'm pretty sure it was around turn 70 in my last tournament game. Maybe even 80 before Vovalet forfeited. So I'll get my ass kicked in next round. I deserve it. I like this. Going Doctrine is a very good call, honestly. I see a lot of players never opting to go for Orthodoxy. It is one, if not the best law in the game. You can rush a lot of units. And we are floating a lot of orders, and we're gonna float even more because soon our workers will not be able to do anything. The issue is simply we are not having any resources at all, so we can't even build units. We're gonna have no economy at all. So we did finish up the Mahavihara. We can pick an air scheme or sell it. I don't even know where I would go, honestly. Both. I would probably go with sell it. The judge hates the schemers, so that would be a reason to go sell it. Conspiracy, okay. Not. Oh, some very nice items. Bow of Plenty. Yeah, I think mana to just spam out conscripts in our cities with a lot of growth may be one of the few sensible choices we could go for. And again, we had it available going for mana. Conscripts, spam conscripts. Conscripts are gonna do pretty well versus the Carthage eunuch unit. It's gonna do well versus the cavalry. It's not gonna do amazing versus Huscarls and Axemen, but if we can just build more than our opponent and with our few limited resources just go for maybe our own eunuch unit, maybe we could pull something off, but it's gotta be soon. How much growth do we have in the other cities actually? Not a lot. In here we do have a decent number, but the fishes are getting destroyed, so it's not as good as it used to be. And 44 in here. I feel like going for conscripts would be my last ditched effort, honestly. But again, I'm not certain at all. Going for goods boost in here, which is nice. The Temple of Solomon finished. It's nice. Some nice events, and the Kothon being finished. 6 legitimacy, you'll love to see it. So the first trireme done. It's gonna be here soon. We may anchor all along this coastline and just attack from any direction. That could be an idea. Not certain that's gonna be the idea, but it could be. So what are we spending our orders on? We do have quite a lot of workers not currently doing anything. We're still buying a lot of units. We love buying these units, clearly. I mean, we do have a pretty amazing income as well. And that's one of the things I really gotta commend our Carthage player, watchtheturd. He did an amazing job basically fueling his early game by just going for gold. A question in chat, how does orders compare? It's pretty even, honestly. A little edge to Magnus, but not at all significant. Basically even at this stage. Science, basically even. So military, not at all even. Not even close. And the resources are in the gutter. To be fair, it's not impressive from watchtheturd either. His resources are better, but not extremely decent. So maybe there could be a way back, but I'm not seeing it. You're building the offices, I like that. Building the archives, I like that. I feel like a lot of people are sleeping on building these civics projects. I almost always build them in most of my cities. A question for what wonders remain. We do have some pretty decent wonders left. We have the museum left. The Ishtar Gate could be pretty nice for Carthage. And we have the likes of Heliopolis and maybe one of the other legendary wonders, but especially Heliopolis would be nice. Um, but in last session, for whatever reason, Mahavihara got picked up by Magnus, and I have no idea why he would do that. Seemingly, it's only netting him 6 civics and 6 culture. He doesn't have any libraries currently, and he's pretty far from scholarship. So I really don't get that at all. And hello, Blood Magic. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. And as said, if anyone would like any questions asked, just go ahead. I do not see a particular good reason to not put more pressure on Carthage. I honestly think if we wanted to, right now Carthage could break in here and start to destroy Carthage from this side. I think it's a mistake, honestly, because Carthage is paying for this large army and not really doing anything with the large army. I really doubt he will be able to answer a question in chat from Scientific. I really doubt Magnus will have enough points, even if he gets basically every wonder from now, and he's not gonna get every wonder from now. His income isn't there. He's not gonna have enough stone to fund every single wonder. It's mostly the expensive wonders left, and his income is 90 stone per turn, and he's not really able to build more quarries, so it's gonna be very, very uh, tough to build up a lot of wonders. I wish he had gone for the museum instead of the Mahavihara. That would have been a lot better. Or maybe saved up the stone and gone all the way for Heliopolis. Would have been sort of expensive, but at least it would basically have netted him 2 orders per city, as he did build up most of the shrines. So that would be pretty decent, in my opinion. But at least now the 3 Bayer archers are in the pool. 2 8th units. If he gets some decent upgrades on them, he may be able to do something. Scientific is saying Kush needs an 8th unit. Pikes, bring in elephants and Carthage out of that corner. I agree. We're not really close at all to pikes. We need steel, battle line, and infantry square to get there. It might be easier to go for bodkin arrow and go for longbowmen. The issue is we're simply not having any lumber in our kingdom, so we won't really be able to mass produce longbowmen. Maybe we could go for something like crossbowmen. We're not really close to that either. We are not close to any 8th unit, so I'm not certain what we could do. I like this. Might as well try to fish for a fish event. There is a pretty decent science event from harvesting fishes, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not certain about it, but I think so. I think that is one of the good ones. So back to Carthage. Not a lot of events this turn. In Carthage, I believe that does he have anything marked actually? Not currently. I would probably be looking at getting citizenship if I were Carthage currently, because that would net us a lot of orders, and we are missing out on orders. We're even being invaded from down here. Not something we should struggle with. But again, I don't get why we are keeping all these tribes online. I don't believe either player ever met the Gauls up here. Are we bringing in our ship? Not this turn. Another ship is being finished here. What is our workers doing? I mean, I have trouble to see what the workers are spending their time on in Carthage. We have a lot of orders and quite a lot of workers, and nothing is being built most of the time. At least it seems that way. I may have missed something. African elephant, pretty good unit by the way. I recently won my first Carthage game in maybe ever on a multiplayer setting, and these bad boys were definitely doing their job. For future reference, they do pretty well versus horse archers. Wonder what we're rushing with. Seemingly we have a judge. Yeah, we do have a judge. And honestly, Magnus shouldn't should really consider getting some rural specialist, especially in his landowner cities, as they would be quite fast. Growth and landowners would go nice together. And maybe he could, I don't know, he doesn't have the space for doctors. I was about to say maybe he could, you know, continue being tall, go for doctors and growth, and build rural specialists all around to improve the economy, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Is this the one time I should be going for the Magnus special? Now I have no food income because this annoying bee boats. The lack of wood is really hurting. I need slavery again. He's going back to slavery. I feel like that is probably the right call. And he's referring to the Magnus special. I know the Magnus special is going for conscripts. So that is what I've been advocating for a little while. But it is a difficult choice to make. But these goddamn boats killing all our fishing boats are really hurting our economy. Seemingly we have no counterplay. We could maybe take our Medjay archers back. Look at this, we can do 8 damage with this guy. And this guy could also do 5 damage, and if they stand together they have more damage. I'm not certain why we are not attempting to kill these boats. I get we need to defend over here, but maybe we could... First of all, we are not really defending this, but I don't think either player realizes that Carthage could basically just invade. And maybe Magnus knows, but he don't want to disturb the current balance by falling back and maybe getting an actual invasion. But he should and could maybe take some pot shots at these boats. He doesn't need to kill them. If he just hurts them, they'll need to fall back and heal up. And that is gonna take some time at least. Unless you put a hero on top of them, then they can heal back here. But yeah, that could honestly be a play Magnus should be looking into. Because these boats are very annoying. Very annoying. Anyone in chat has any idea about what Magnus could be doing, or let us know. I really appreciate these small notes. He's been putting them down all over the place. Oh, he's going for the onager. He could, or has done a pretty decent job on almost killing the onager. One thing he could do is bring this boat up here and anchor it. Then he could go across, which would be nice. Getting this onager would be a pretty big win for him, honestly. Then he won't be taking pot shots each turn, so that could be nice. And we don't switch automatically, but we are here. More onagers are being built, but again, look at this. We have only 5 improvements being made and a lot of workers standing around doing nothing, which eventually is gonna give us some issues. Our economy isn't great, besides gold, but stone and wood and marble is pretty expensive currently. Can chop the woods forever, basically. He does have the ability to build gardeners. Gardeners are always nice. You'll love to see it. Such a good specialist type. Gold, science, and happiness. Or food. Or culture. But there is overall a certain quality to the improvements in Carthage, as we haven't really been forced to spam every single hill and marsh with improvements. We've somewhat gone for the juicy stuff. But I mean, why haven't we improved this barley? It's been here for the last 80 turns, and we've yet to improve it. Likewise with this. I see no reason why we wouldn't improve it. And these fish right here, crabs in the capital trader seat, a lot of growth. We're just not getting it. So there's that. Recently got the boost, the goods boost, which is nice. Are we really committing to going even further down this line? I really don't see a point of going cartography right now. It's... yeah. I apologize to the players in the stream. I may seem very grumpy. I'm not trying to be very grumpy, but both players could, especially currently, Carthage could just do a lot, and he's not really doing what I would like to do. I am struggling, as I said, to see what Carthage can do, or sorry, what Magnus can do, so maybe I won't complain too much about him. I did complain a lot last session. But yeah, why are we not dealing with these camps? Just go down and take them out. I mean, kill this camp. I know we are recruiting from them, but eventually that should lose its novelty. But maybe not. We still have this double the military army currently. Constant thinks I am too polite. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. Appreciate it. Thank you, Constant. I don't really have any emotional range as a caster talking in English. I can't really get angry in English to the same extent as I can in Danish. Although I'm not good at getting angry, honestly. If I get angry, it's mostly at myself, which can happen from time to time. It's been much stronger for... No? I thought it was much stronger. It is only stronger. At a certain point I remembered the breakpoints, but I do not any longer. But it's only stronger. Is it 66%? Something to that extent. This is nice. I love this. Using our civics to build inquiries. That can really net you a lot of science. That's brilliant. That is such a good play, Magnus. Holy damn. Keep doing this. Maybe build the forum. It would be worth it, I think. But honestly, very, very good call. I mean, at least we're building improvements in this kingdom. A lot of our improvements are these farms. And they are gonna provide a little bit of lumber. It is not enough to basically build our units we would like to build, but it is something. And woodcutters, excellent. We still have some mines down here we could go for. If the game state doesn't changes, it's probably going in Magnus's favor, honestly. He is having a more improved kingdom, basically. He does have more improvements. He does have the better presence of mind currently. He's using his orders. He can, yeah, not right now, but soon he should be able to get orthodoxy. I feel like he may be able to get a comeback if Watch the Turd is not gonna do anything. And seemingly Watch the Turd is just staying around, buying tribal units and moving them to the front, but not attacking and not really building up his empire that much. He's building a few workers, but a lot of workers are mostly standing around. If we go to his perspective, we have only 3 workers. 3 of the workers are disciples, so maybe I can't fault him for that. But still, 3 workers are not really doing anything, and it's been a while since this worker was done with the Kothon. I am puzzled by Watch the Third's playstyle, and if he loses his leader, there is a lot of science in this leader. So yeah, losing that would suck quite a lot. Pathfinder, excellent in this map, and Scholar as well. So do you see this trireme getting? It can go all the way up here right now. I wonder if we're gonna anchor. And if we anchors, can we accomplish anything? How did we get a war elephant? I don't think there is an elephant on the map, is there? Did I miss it? I don't see an elephant on the map. Oh, never mind, we do have an elephant. So we do have the ability to build war elephants. And honestly, elephants are decent choice because they cost mainly food, and we do have some food. Ah, sorry. Not on the right player. What notes are we making? Use this. Look here, look here, look here. I mean, I'm not normally using these notes. I don't know what this is really providing of value. Is any player in the chat using notes like this, just putting them down to remind yourself stuff? If I ever use notes, it's most likely for building placements. And I often forget to do it, and eventually I'm gonna regret it when I realize 30 turns later, oh, I needed to build a wonder on this tile, and now I have a barracks. That's stupid. That happens quite a lot to me. I feel Alcaraz is probably one of the best players for that sort of thing. Also think Klaas Koala is really good at it. Hmm. Yeah, it could be Onagers. That's not a bad bet. But yeah, just staying around, not doing a lot is working out for Magnus, honestly. Uh, Cartography, I really don't get it. We don't need better boats. We already have supremacy. I guess stealing techs would be decent, but there is a lot of better options in my opinion than cartography. We are running the clock down each time. We may struggle with spending our orders, but look at the look right here. We have so many workers standing around, not seemingly doing anything. I'm not certain what we are spending our orders on. We bought another guy down here. Um, we are buying for reasons I can't comprehend. We are buying tiles right here to get to this side. Why just take out the Scythians and build a city there? I think that would be better. But yeah, I am puzzled by both players' choices, which makes for a pretty entertaining game, honestly. I like the tech choices a lot more for Magnus. We could get orthodoxy right now, and we honestly should. It is for the people not used to it. It is making you capable of rushing productions with orders, and it's gonna net you a lot of specialists and units before it gets really expensive, and especially in a game state where you have sort of this standing around with most of your units, it can really just get you a lot of specialists. Looking at Magnus, I like this. He has the presence of mind to know eventually I would like some watermills right here. And that would indeed help out his lumber by a significant amount. But he's mainly just building marsh farms. There's nothing else to do. I mean, there is still some mines down here. I think he should come down and build mines down here. His iron isn't really impressive. But none of his resources are really impressive. He's hanging on by a thread currently. Not really having the money for anything. He really needs quality over quantity because he can't spam the units. I wonder if we added no more notes, and he apparently deleted some notes. Alright, Magnus, you have 30 seconds to go up here. Yeah, we adopted. Can we rush in here? Nope, we need one order. Might be worth to buy one training. Buy it right here. And we did. Nice. And look at this. It's basically doubling our science for this round. He's gonna get ahead eventually in science. Back to Carthage. A bit of science. It's neat. So what are we looking to get done in this turn as Carthage? And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe every single turn, if we wanted to, we could start the invasion over here and most likely win the game. But we've not really going for that. For reasons I don't know. Question in chat. What is a good general target for econ per city? It's difficult to say. Honestly, it depends on the game state. In the late game, I would like to have basically all my frontline cities and maybe a few more cities non-stop spam units, so you'll need a lot of resources by then. In the mid game, you obviously won't have that going yet. So I think a rule of thumb is basically have all your orders dedicated to something useful for most of the game. And that usefulness is if you're not going to war and if you're not clearing barbarians, those orders should be spent on workers. So you will need to basically get half the number of orders you have in worker count ish. Maybe not in the late game, but at least in the mid to late game. And you would like to get a lot of orders basically as early as possible. So I'll often go for citizenship and monasticism quite early, and you will see games where I have like 24 workers going around and just building up. That is not crazy to me. And you will also see games where I have like 8 workers going around because I've been busy with other more important stuff. But it's very difficult to give one number. She's still going strong. This lovely Queen Ildash the Enlightened. Enlightened? What is that? Is that? Oh, only 40. I thought it was more actually. I thought this was like a 60 plus cognomen, but I guess I was wrong. Learning as we go. I would build more forts over here for Magnus. He doesn't know it, but yeah, an invasion could hit him any turn. And again, we had 30 orders this turn, and ooh, we do see an anchor, which is nice. Are we gonna start an invasion down here? If we do, can Magnus defend? We're mainly having warriors, a little elephant, one Medjay archer. Not an impressive defense, but one thing you could do is just walk down here and stand with some warriors right here. And then you won't be invaded, at least for a turn or two. You would probably get these to anchor as well. But honestly, Magnus, if you have the presence of mind to notice down here, you need to go down. Oh, nice. We see upgrades. That's very nice. But if you are just standing on these tiles, you won't be able to make an invasion. This could be a very crucial turn. It seems like we've been building towards this for Watch the Turd for a long time. We didn't at all need a trireme to pull this off. We could have done it with our 2 biremes for the last 30 turns or so, but I mean, now we are ready. We are there, and Magnus could simply put units right here and prevent the invasion. But what would be invading in the first place? It would probably be this elephant. And what would be scary about this elephant is the panic, and then you could bring in another unit and then another unit. So you would quite easy be in a position where seemingly endless reinforcements are gonna land in your lands. Does Magnus have a response for that? I don't believe so. And again, he's having no resources to work with, basically. He did upgrade a few of these to Citadel, and I disagree with this. You don't want too many Citadels. You won't be able to spam your unique unit anyways, so I don't really see the purpose of that, honestly. Probably a mistake as far as I'm concerned. Can I stall long enough to build units on this starving economy? We don't know, Magnus. Maybe you can, because your opponent's economy is surprisingly not a lot better than yours. It is eventually gonna catch up. He is building some specialists. He's building archives in all his cities. So the science is gonna be better eventually in Carthage, but currently we are we are ahead in the science, especially if we take inquiries into the equation. But we need these units to move forward and defend an invasion, most likely. Take these. They are doing absolutely nothing up here. Nothing at all. And I don't know why we built any forts up here in the first place, honestly. Maybe we were fearing for another naval invasion front over here earlier. Could be. Nice. I love to see that. What else are we gonna do? An officer, honestly, pretty decent. What else are we gonna do? Interesting. We're going for portcullis instead of the civic boost. Maybe actually the right call. We did not move our units forward. This is gonna be pretty crucial for how we make this invasion. I mean, one thing we got going for us, we do have a Medjay archer right here. It is gonna be decently strong in this position, but it can be pushed back. And then you can sort of make a staging ground and land right here. With that said, there isn't infinite space to move in, and we do have citadels and garrisons nearby, so pretty defensive terrain, but not a lot of units. We are still only stronger. We are rushing archives with the orders. We don't have anything better to build, honestly. I think going for Magnus is pretty smart, and I think going for 3 archers is pretty smart. Should probably switch my point of view to Carthage. Getting a lot of extra specialists in all our cities. Gonna add a lot of value eventually. I like those build queues mostly. What I don't like is all these workers not really doing anything. We should do something with the workers. We started some mines. That's nice to see. But yeah, look at this economy. It's not impressive either. We do have a bit of a bank, but not an infinite bank. This is neat, getting these groves, and maybe that was the reason to buying up here. I mean, I would just have killed the Scythians 30 turns ago, but if we didn't want to do that, I guess this is another approach. But excellent relationships we got going here. Really impressive stuff. That's been one of Watch the Third's best plays in this game. Simply just doing this. Ooh, I like how we went all the way with all theologies. Seemingly we went for enlightenment. We could have gone for the other theology. Can't you watch the theology? I can probably find it in the tech tree. We could have opted to go for not enlightenment. Where is it? Here, redemption, and getting no, that's actually not good. Never mind, I was thinking about something else. Yeah, this is maybe as good as it's gonna get, honestly. It's not often I go all the way to a third theology. I usually stop after I get dualism or sometimes Gnosticism. Even Revelation can be very nice sometimes. I think the third theologies should be buffed somehow. I haven't experienced with that setting. Where is the high contrast? Is it in UI? Uh, Flip unit colors. Oh, that is a neat setting. I haven't used that a lot. I feel like it would probably confuse people joining. This look like Babylon colors to me. I am colorblind, so I am definitely not the guy to say. Could also use this setting I see, high contrast. Basically being red versus blue, very easy to tell who is who. But yeah, I feel like people would think this might be Greece, and this is red, so it might be Rome. I really love this setting, Fluffy Bunny. I really do, honestly, and I may end up using it in my games, honestly. But would viewers get confused about this? Asking anyone in chat currently? At least the colors up here are still remains the same. And by the way, Watch the Turd didn't pull the trigger. We didn't see any invasion. We are just still witnessing the build-up phase. Ooh, this is nice. This is gonna get us a bit of tempo. It's gonna be difficult to push in with these guys around, or more difficult at least. Uh, I don't like this at all. These workers are too close to the enemy, and yeah, this is gonna be dangerous. What are you doing here, Magnus? You can't build on top of the marsh, so yeah, you could build a farm, but why would you? Pull back, good sir, pull back. This is a mistake, pull back. But yeah, we do see the Onagers getting positioned, but again, Magnus can't pull back, and he's gonna have these 8 strength units to fight for him. I think I'm gonna turn the colors back to normal, but I love the settings, Fluffy Bunny. Good job. Bring my compliment to the chef that cooked that piece of nice coding. Alright, back to Watch the Turd. Again, his resources are slowly slipping up. Ooh, we did get a lot of our workers to put in some effort, which is nice. We are seeing groves, barracks, lumber mills, mines, and garrisons being built, so nice. I still don't get why this hasn't moved in an eternity, but I mean, eventually we'll get to it, I believe. Some upgrades, nothing too major. Regarding the colors, I think it's relatively difficult to see unit icons on Kush colors right now. So with the setting I had before constant, I can take a look at it just as I had it before. I can sort of see what you mean. Ooh, we finally see. I'll turn it back. We have action. We do see an invasion. Are we gonna be able to kill this unit? Maybe not. Ooh. Maybe. Yeah, we will just about be ready or able to kill the unit. And we even have the panic. This is sort of bad. Again, we could have gotten this action 30 turns ago, so it's weird it's actually happening finally. Such a strong unit, capable of routing and pushing back. Lucky for Magnus, he's just about to finish his first Bedja Archer. So that is going to be neat for defending this. I believe he possibly could push this back still. And we are rapidly losing momentum in this front though. So maybe I spoke too soon. What is the family relations in... yeah, we have excellent family relations in both kingdoms. This is a tough position. I honestly believe the best thing Magnus might be able to do here is pull even further back and wait for his double H-length units coming in soon and not lose too many units currently. It is a tough position. It is a tough position to be in. But he should count his blessings. This could have happened 30 turns ago, or maybe not 30, but could have happened a long time ago, and he didn't defend it. We are having an anchor right here, which I like. Alright. How are we gonna defend this? Remember, these slingers do not have any sort of bonus. They are not sentinel slingers. We could maybe... What are we looking at? Are we looking at much stronger? Much stronger. We just crossed the threshold for much stronger. And we're back to stronger. This guy alone pulled us over. Okay. Back to Magnus. And we see what I often see. Players immediately taking the military turns. Which is probably a mistake. You would like this guy to go back. You don't want him in the front line. Get him back to safety and get him on top of some warden territory, please. You don't want to lose this guy. He's nicely upgraded. Yeah, we are clearly going to attempt to fight this. And again, I'm not certain that is the play. Although this guy is gonna help a lot. We can get pushed out of these forts. No, no, don't. Get him further back. Get him to like this tile. He does have the same damage close by, and I hate when players do this. Can we kill some of these? We should be able to kill some of these. We'd like to get at least both of these elephants. We're rushing in a warrior from far away. Again, I don't get why we're rushing that unit of all the units. Alright, rushing in the elephant. Alright, a pretty decent response, I'd say. We lost one Medjay and one Slinger, and we killed 2 elephants and 1 Amazon cavalry. The position is decent. These 2 onagers are out of range. They won't be able to do anything. They can attack this one worker, but that's about it. So very good response for Magnus. Can we find more value? Probably not. You'd hate for this guy to die. These are very nice improved, so really don't want to lose these units. But overall, first engagement is probably going in the favor of Magnus, actually. Interesting choice to bring up this boat. He honestly maybe could have brought it down here instead. Then you would have hindered naval move, or any expert in chat, if you had moved the boat right here, would you hinder naval movement across the sea? I maybe don't think so, because you would be able to move out to the red tile and then onto land immediately. So maybe you can't really block unless you have boats on all the tiles. But now the boat can get attacked by all these units. It might die this turn, the boat, but again, we're probably okay with losing said boat. It's not certain it's gonna die. I'm not really sure what we will accomplish with pushing the boat forward like this, but it does at least show some kind of strength in our kingdom. Nice scientist joining. Very nice event for this turn. We got the wise 60 or yeah, nice. Assassinate king consort. Probably not going for that. And 8 extra orders in a turn like this is probably gonna be pretty neat. I imagine we're gonna go for that. At least if we are continuing the offensive way. We've decided to walk around, and honestly, good choice. I didn't see that play, but that was very nice. It did cost a lot of orders though, but it was a very nice move. But we do not have infinite elephants. We only have these 2 elephants left in this area. Then we'll need to build more elephants, and they are not really close currently. Or we have a few elephants down here, but yeah, not really unlimited elephants. Okay. We did get a very nice Medjay archer, still 22 orders left. It seems like we haven't really made a decision regarding this extra orders. Yeah, this is what I feared about this guy. This guy could easily have been standing in a fort, and further back he would be way more difficult to kill. Now he is probably gonna die, and he is such a nice unit. This is such a shame to lose this guy for no apparent reason. Or okay, maybe we would need to. These are. Seems like this guy is probably gonna survive. We are moving forward with our onagers, but we don't really have the units to finish off this very strong Medjay archer with Eagle Eye, Marksman, and Warden. But if you have a Medjay archer like this, just take him all the way back here. He can stand all the way over here and still do the same damage. No reason to bring him to the front. But this isn't really impressive from Watch the Turd. And it's mainly due to us waiting for a very long time before we decided to pull the trigger. Double spearman in production, triple spearman. Ooh, we're attacking down south here. Scary, scary, scary. Again, we haven't really done a lot of damage currently, and we are fighting in terrain that is somewhat easy defendable. Can we kill any units down here? Double 8 strength Badger archers in 2 turns are gonna come in handy. Can we kill the slinger? No, not really. Again, very strong guy. Just get him in the city and he's gonna do his thing for a long time. But 2 double 8 strength units coming in soon. I don't like all these spearmen. I know they are nice, but we should really emphasize on getting these 8 strength units online. Those are our bread and butter on the defense. We did chop down the jungle to get the extra wood. The reason why I don't like these too much is because they cost the wood we would like for Badger archers. With that said, a few extra spearmen is gonna be pretty good versus what we are facing currently. So yeah, well, we don't have any more orders and not a lot of training either. We could make a decision regarding this option, biography, get 8 extra orders, which would go pretty hard. We should have probably looked at the orders earlier. Yeah, now we get the orders. Now we realize we do actually have more orders than we first imagined. Could we find a way to kill this? Probably not. Probably not. Ooh, we did find a ship to come in and kill the slinger. That's a good call. Well played. It is gonna be difficult to push in here. Even though it looks pretty strong currently, there are some pretty defensible terrain right here, and we are gonna be able to reinforce. And again, 2 8 strength archers are gonna join the fray very soon. And the order economy is pretty even currently. And it's always gonna be easier to be on the defensive side. Any nice events? Fierce, that is nice. Pious Delver. Nothing. There is that interesting. No really interesting. But these guys coming online soon gonna help a lot. What are we gonna do here? Please save these very strong units. We need to not lose everything. We could fall back a bit and basically fight it out. You don't know that for certain, but if we just continue to take favorable trades, we would eventually be doing pretty decent, I think, if the tempo of the trades are somewhat low. If it's a high tempo, like 10 units for 10 units each turn, we are gonna lose. Alright, we did get... Was that a crit? Or... How did we... Oh, we brought the camel back. I see. The camel is such a nice unit. He maybe could have... he probably couldn't get closer. Nice. And then we will most likely get our fort back, which is gonna be nice. Do we have a unit we can bring to the fort? Could maybe... You don't want the military, you would like something better. Maybe just this warrior. While he isn't impressive, he is better than nothing. Ooh, we got a new leader online. 8 strength, Salad. Salad online at a nice time. Gonna boost our training quite a lot. And we did bring him back, and I like that a lot. He's not gonna die. How are we gonna approach this over here? The elephants are what we really would like to kill. It is not easy to kill the elephants, but it is what we are trying to kill. We didn't kill any elephants here. At least not yet. It is somewhat difficult to tell which is which. If you would like, chat, I can turn on the high contrast mode, so it would be easier to tell what is what. But as of right now, Magnus is doing decent for this trade. Do we have the damage to taking out this elephant? This guy is not enough, but we have two, so we can bring this guy to the fort and take and kill the elephant. And as said before, holy shit, I think that was a misclick. You could have just gone right here, Magnus, but maybe that was a misclick. It seems a bit odd, but he got there. It's not a big deal, but. Alright, I am gonna turn on the high contrast. So this is the current state. Overall, very, very decent response so far. Clearly the war has favored. You don't see it here because we clearly built units back home, but in my opinion it seems like the better trades have favored Magnus. Not by a big deal, but yeah, some deal. Next turn, 3 Baja artists joining the fray. They will push back whatever is coming in to our nation. Very nice defense overall. Back to Carthage. Do we have any nice events? Nothing too crazy. Our leader still going strong. 42 orders currently. Not a lot of improvements. We do have the onager capable of shooting. Something at least. But only 1 elephant left. It is somewhat low HP. Could we get a route chain going? Probably not easy. And down here we don't really have a lot of easy targets. We can't push them down or back currently. Okay. We killed the elephant. Did we shoot? We did shoot the elephant with our onager. Then we move forward. Okay. Our route chain is gonna stop right here. We'll probably be able to bring something forward. Yep, we did bring something forward. But again, we killed a warrior and a war elephant, and we are probably gonna lose our African elephant next turn. Not certain this is worth it overall. This is the sort of war Magnus is gonna benefit from. Again, I'm not saying he's gonna win, but this is the kind of game state he would like this game to go in. Both economies are in the shit, and eventually his opponent is gonna run out of units if he continues to trade favorably. And having spearmen and having these lovely archers soon are gonna do just that. This onager fire is dangerous though. We'd like to do something about it. Sadly we lost our elephant for Magnus. Having an elephant go over here and push would be nice. Nice move by Watch the Turd. This road, really cool move. Love to see it. Maybe could have done it earlier, but better late than never. And we are having the issue of simply not having units around overall. Very tense moment. What are we gonna do down on this front? Are we gonna fall back? Or are we gonna move forward? Seemingly some of the Danes have decided to raid. It's gonna be annoying. Alright. We did get a slinger. But I don't think we're gonna get much more. And again, we're gonna lose an African elephant, I would imagine. Ooh. This is gonna fear the spearmen down here, which is gonna be a bit annoying. But I believe we might be able to kill this African elephant. So overall, the traits are better for Magnus. Not impressively so, but still better. And I really believe the 8 strength archers coming in soon is gonna help even more. Look at the damage they do. And how little they take. Especially standing in a fort. And with no elephants around, you won't be able to push out of the forts. The forts are gonna have greater value for Magnus. And it's not like Carthage has the orders to use all of his units at the same time. Currently, it seems that Magnus is hanging on by a thread, but the grip is, I would say, increasing. Seemingly the players have an issue as well with watching the units. I hope it's okay to give an advice like that. I've done it, so fire me if I overstep my boundaries. Alright, back to Magnus, and we got the lovely archers online. What are we gonna do with said archers? Look at the damage they can do. Right here I would probably go for the free chariot. Every single extra unit would be nice. There is an argument to go for mana as well, which I don't think would be bad. Okay, looks like we are back. So what are we gonna do here? This elephant needs to die, and this elephant needs to die, because then our opponent is out of routing units and out of units capable of pushing our units out of upgrade? Oh, we did upgrade. We're gonna bring down the Badger Archer. A lot of damage. Ooh, we need one more damage to... that's suboptimal. This feels... I mean, we are gonna get there, but I think this could be a lot more clean. I think this could be a lot more clean. Honestly. Take your goddamn time when you have these events. Or these turns. Have this 8 strength units. And often start with the biggest units you got. Because you hate to have like a Badger Artist dealing 6 damage. It could probably deal, or effectively 2 damage. It could probably deal double the amount. So this is sad. Maybe go, maybe just kill with this archer right here, and then yeah, that is probably better. Maybe you could and should have moved this archer down here, but for now this is decent. I believe we've gonna discourage our opponent for attacking this turn over here, so we'll take. I think this archer attacked right here, or maybe the spearman did. Are we gonna be able to kill this elite huskarl? Maybe. We could maybe take this unit, move it to like here or something, and heal it for 5. Oh, we already healed it. Being a zealot, you can heal extra. Oh, he even got an extra range from the bow. So, damn. This guy can really fire an arrow for very long. Should go down here and kill this unit with the leader. Would heal him for 5, but we already healed, so that's not gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna get more units on the front line here, which is unfortunate. I think maybe we could have gotten this elite huskarl, but at least we've gotten all the most dangerous units, so our units on top of the forts are gonna stay in the forts, especially this archer. And it's gonna be very difficult to kill this archer with 8 strength. Seemingly we are only doing 2 damage to it with all our units, so definitely an advantage going for Magnus in this current engagement. What are we doing here? We're bringing a unit forward. Yeah, we could have attacked standing all the way over here and attacked into this. Would have been very nice. But at least we are remembering to heal him, so eventually he's gonna join the fray and he's gonna be very strong. He's gonna be able to deal some damage to these onagers. And yeah, both players are sort of struggling to really get the economy going. I like council. If you have nothing better to do, counseling is not bad. Another Badger Archer, War Elephant. Overall, decent defense by Magnus. Honestly, decent defense by Magnus. Exploration, some nice events. We love to see it. And 43 orders. What are we gonna do? Oh, we finally switched to serfdom. We've been in colonies for quite a while. Are we gonna continue our offensive strike force, or are we gonna fall back? We're gonna be having some issues with raiders, which is gonna be annoying. At least all of these nets are slowly dying. I'd love Magnus to do something about it eventually. Maybe buy or rush some boats, but yeah. Looks like we get a slinger. How much more are we gonna get? Are we gonna just invade with all our forces? Could be the choice. We are bringing the axemen forward at least. I think we would like to continue fighting on over here, honestly. And I understand why, but I feel like this front is gonna favor Kush eventually, as we have the forts and the easier time to reinforce. Our reinforcements are being built down here. African elephant, onager, all the way down here. It's gonna take quite a lot of orders before it gets to the front line. We lost 4 units. How many units are we gonna kill? Okay, we're gonna get the spearman. That's nice. So 2 units, but we lost 4. So far not a favorable trade. However, our science has improved. Look how many courtiers we have. Very many courtiers. Courtiers. Crazy number, actually. Seems like the science is pretty even currently. Actually, we even have the current science lead going back. Oh, look at this, the military. So far better for Kush. Science, they are neck and neck, and they've been so the entire game basically. When this lady dies, we are gonna lose a lot of science. What does our heir look like? It's a builder. Builder is good. Strict, loyal builder. Probably alright. Okay, we are continuing to be very annoying up here, and we moved the ship. And we settled for spearmen. So we killed a few spearmen, which is nice. But we lost all our elephants. All the elephants lost. And look at our resources. They are getting dangerously low. What I would love to see for Magnus is when we repelled this attack, our archers should stand on the coast and kill these ships. Make them less viable. You could really fight your way back with that. This is so annoying, having to deal with it. Alright, back to Magnus. He definitely repelled this attack. That's nice. Thanks for sending these Danes boulders. Yep, I summoned all the Danes I could, Magnus. We did get another ship. Honestly, I understand why. Going for steel. I feel like maybe training boost could be nice. But I would love citizenship, honestly. Everything helps, but let's see the play right here. Again, I would love if we used this guy. He can heal if he kills a unit. And get him to this fort right here and have him deal the killing blow to a unit. We are gonna heal. Seemingly we are falling back a bit from this front. Maybe sort of trying to invite an invasion. I think that could work to some extent. We are not far away from having enough firepower on our archers to basically kill anything that really tries to go into our territory. Losing all these nets have done quite a lot of damage to our food resources. We are really hanging on by a thread. Upgraded a warrior to a spearman. Not sure I agree with that, especially when we are mainly facing all these pretty strong archers, pretty strong macemen. Only killed an elite huscarl, and we are probably inviting some damage in here. So what is our idea here? We got the workers out at least. Still have mostly our workers left. Still very strong opinions. And oh, where did our leader go? Down here. Is he gonna get the killing blow here and heal 5? I believe so. If he does that, that's a nice, good move. And he's playing it safe, getting it into the city. And yeah, I like this. Starting to chip away at the ships. It may not seem like a lot, but if you can get a bit of a damage on the ships and maybe in one turn rush out 1 or 2 ships, suddenly you have taken back the control of the sea, and your opponent isn't having an impressive lumber income anyways. So if you're just going to defend, you probably could be alright, honestly. Alright, chat, who do you think is gonna take this? I feel when we start this session, I would definitely say Watch the Turd was in a clear advantage, but I feel the last few turns has been better for Magnus overall. And yeah, I'm not certain who's gonna take it. But the specialists are coming online. We have a lot of gardeners. 3 gardeners are getting rushed across different cities. So the science is gonna go back to Carthage. He's gonna have an advantage there, but maybe, just maybe, we could see Magnus make a push for a city. Maybe this city down here. It would be difficult, but not insane. Alright. We are clearing the forts and falling back. Honestly, I feel that is a pretty good option. We can... oh, we didn't kill the iron. Probably should have done that. This elephant can get a lot of value if we can get over and kill these onagers. How much damage do we do to the onagers? Basically nothing, as they are hiding in a forest we are attacking from a great distance. It's going to be very difficult to kill these onagers, so ideally we may just stay out of their range forfeit some of this position. I think that would be wise, and then focus our effort in this direction. Or maybe, you know, take our ships in here, anchor, and attack down here. Try to get an alpha strike going. I don't think we have a lot of vision down here as Magnus. But yeah, look at the economy of Carthage. Not too impressive. We are buying these units. They are semi-expensive, but we can reliably buy them again and again. But eventually they are just not going to be very strong versus our opponent. This is a lot more entertaining than the last session. So I really like this. Really like how this game is evolving. The first session was a really long session as well. I believe it was like 5.5 hours or so. Vovalet was a champ and streamed all of it, and I was co-hosting, so I didn't have to control the camera, which was nice for once. Yeah, the science is really going currently in Carthage. All the gardeners are really doing a lot of work. Our very strong leader, the spy master, although she's about to die. All this is really helping quite a lot. But our choices have been rather weird. I don't really know what this is gonna net us. We've fallen back with most of our ships. We've fallen back with most of our units. We have a moment to breathe in both nations. And yeah, overall, I think that military engagement definitely favored Magnus overall. He mainly swapped some weaker units for some better units. He did lose some of his eunuch units, but he did kill quite a lot of elephants as well, which is severely handicapping his opponent's army. Our units can go back to attempting to control the coastline, and we should be able to then get these fishing boats online once more. Very annoying we lose the specialist when it dies. Not sure if we had a specialist in all of these or yeah, I think the specialist is lost when these die. Yeah, that is annoying. That is quite a severe damage. Yeah, you're right about buying some turns. But we need not to lose all our specialists out here. Well, we've lost all our specialists down here. Yeah, that's not great. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate, honestly. But maybe it's okay-ish. Machinery. We are not going for mana at all. Could our leader shoot now? I would love if we could get a boat or two, having it sit on the coastline and then reinforce it with our archers. We really need to get back on these coast resources eventually. We do need to do something about that. I don't know about these improvements. I'm not sure what we're trying to accomplish with this. I know we can attack onto land better, but yeah. Maybe we are looking to attack right here. Get get them workers out here and start improving these resources. And when the ship comes, take your super archers, go close and snipe it down. Losing the specialists is very annoying. It's funny. Oh, it's this one down here. Oh, I see. He really likes amphibious. Yeah, his timing was impeccable. Going down and getting this city would really go a long way for him if he could muster an offensive. And honestly, I think he might have a window. All right, back to Watch the Third. We just finished monasticism. Uh, what? Oh, this queen has recovered from severely ill. She's doing a marvelous work in here, so that's nice for us. What else do we have of events? New Spy Master. Spy Master died. Some pretty good choices. And this city is just naked. Basically naked. 47 orders, quite a lot. Monasticism. I wonder if we are gonna go directly into... Oh, probably not. We don't really have a religion going in our kingdom, seemingly. What religion are we? We don't have a state religion. We could go for Judaism, but we haven't really spread it, or we could go for paganism. But yeah, we haven't really done a good job with the religious game in our kingdom. We are going for doctrine, and I feel that's a pretty good choice. We do have a lot of orders we are floating each turn, so yeah, that is a decent choice. Our build queues are mainly going towards building up the economy with archives and specialists, which is gonna really eventually net us a very decent science boost. Our science is better than our opponents, but not by a lot. Still almost equal in science. Almost equal in science. And don't forget, we have these to account for as well. They do quite a lot for the net science, each player. Imagine if Magnus attempted to an invasion here. Anchor, anchor, and went for mana and upgraded like 5 workers to upgraded 5 workers to his to conscripts, and had his 3 or 4 Badger archers just go in here and attempt to take this. It would be pretty cool. Alright. We are sort of dealing with the Danes. Still a lot of workers not really doing a whole lot. What is the improvement looking like? We are still behind by a fair margin, I'd say. Intercession. We've really been doing an excellent job regarding this. I wonder if one of his family could switch to... Oh, not really. Everything is in order currently. Blunt Magic is saying, I've watched a few Magnus games, but I've never seen him attack an opponent. I feel like that is spot on. I've never seen him attack an opponent either. And some players are not really comfortable being on the offensive, which is really gonna hold him back in this particular game. I feel like we are losing science per turn. Why are we losing science per turn? Maybe someone died? Thinking I'll try to get back my city via the inland sea. He is thinking about going on the offensive. Thank the Lord. War Elephant. Again, we could go for some pretty decent techs. I don't know if I would take War Elephant right here, but to be fair, if we're really pushing it, it might be worth it. Going all out. See an anchor? Don't forget he will have a pretty easy access down here. It's a very nice anchor right here. Wonder if Watch the Turd is gonna see this coming. Maybe not. Continuing to go for inquiries. Very nice. I don't know about the free elephant. I think I would have liked to go for portcullis or manor. I don't think there is enough punch in a war elephant currently to use it, but it would seem we've sort of defended whatever of offense our opponent was bringing from this direction, and yeah, just falling back. I feel like our army is gonna be good enough to just defend an invasion coming in. You could, if you wanted to, as Carthage, bring like some units and maybe do a bit of harass over here, just plunder these resources. If you do that, you may expect to lose set units, but might be worth it, honestly. Seems like we've built a network in here. But yeah, this move down here could really bring Magnus back in the game. Getting this city would go a long way. Are we gonna position our units ready for an invasion? I think we are. I'm not entirely certain it's gonna be easy to take this, but there isn't an easy reinforcement route. There is these water routes down here we could get going eventually, but honestly, yeah, super good move for Magnus if he's committed to do this. But yeah, if he, I would most likely have gone for mana and intended to upgrade a few workers if need be. Those upgraded units are basically gonna be a spearman, which would do decent versus most of what Carthage has, and mainly it's gonna tank for us so we don't lose our key units. Seemingly we found the orders to get back in business and build a lot of farms. All right. I mean, at least we are watching our flank. Look at this. We are bringing the units up here. We are using training to make certain we won't be invaded. Magnus could honestly take this guy and go right here. Would be nice. Get a better area to attack from. Would probably be worth it. He could still get in. This scout is or actually it's not, you cannot go in. No. He is currently protecting this. Do we have an improvement available? No, not really. Magnus, I would love for him to move his second boat down here and get an even bigger area of engagement. Probably his opponent is gonna line the shorelines with units, but if he does that, he's not using the units somewhere else, so it would still be worth it. But I would love for us to continue to build some boats. We still have culture access all the way down here, so if these units are not moved or moved for whatever reason, we can come down here. With elephants you can push out and get an entry into the city. It's pretty close we can get in, but not quite. What is our units doing? The workers are mainly building lumber mills, and the lumber mills are in some juicy locations. This is what Magnus would love to do with his units or his workers. Sadly, he's forced to build marsh farms instead, which isn't quite as effective. This leader is still providing quite a lot of science. 12 science. Very strong leader. Really done a lot. And even 2 husbands as well. And a decent relation with the daughter. So yeah, everything is very neat. No issues whatsoever with family relationship, but if she dies, we may get some issues. We've yet to decide on either of these. I don't know why we're still building spearmen, and look at this absolutely atrocious training. Really not worth it. Probably rush this and get it out of the build queue. You don't want to waste a build queue so bad at building spearmen. And this is what I mean. If we had, instead of a spearman conscript, we could maybe build a conscript in here, which would be better. But honestly, a ship would go hard. It would be a lot easier to get back underwater if we had just a few ships. And keeping them close to the shoreline would most likely defend them from enemy forces. But again, both empires are really struggling for an actual economy. The money, although, is pretty impressive. Elder officers, better archers. Again, seemingly a few workers not really doing anything. I'm not sure what we're looking to do instead. But yeah, we continue to buy units. Funny how neither player ever found these. Alright, back to Magnus. We're gonna go for a free boat. I think we are gonna go for hydraulics, honestly. I think we would love to get that going. How old is this governor? 66. She might die somewhat soon. So you want to use this while we have it. Nice, we are moving a ship down here. We are trying to sort of force an engagement. We could, in theory, jump down and kill the Danes and settle right on top of them. But if we opted for that, we would be way closer to the opponent. It would be way easier for him to reinforce and get an engagement going. If we could get landfall right here, it would maybe be in our interest. Maybe we could pull something off. Hydraulics, I get why we're going in that direction. Hydraulics would get you'd get a lot of mileage out of hydraulics. Get let's see how many cities actually has spots for hydraulics. We do have a river in this city. Let's see, maybe he marked this for us. I mean, yeah, we can get 3 watermills in this city, which would be netto very nice for our lumber. And then we could in this city as well, but we have no rivers in Meroe. We have no real rivers at all in Dangeli, and no real rivers down here. As nice as watermills would be right here, you ain't really getting a lot of value from it. I don't think I would go for hydraulics. I really don't think there is the value to be had in this direction. I think a free Byrim would be better, and then going for maybe citizenship and manor and go in a different direction. Portcullis earlier would have been nice as well. Getting a spy master, always neat. But yeah, this is nice. Bringing down a slinger to just starting to do a bit of damage. Wonder if we could... Oh, look at this. Magnus, you genius. Get this in here, then get this in here, and suddenly you can kill this unit straight up. Killing this unit, then you can get an elephant down here, push this unit out and get another unit in here, and suddenly you are down here. Would actually be possible due to this unit having such a long range. And this is gonna drag the forces away, so this is pretty neat. I really hope for the game's sake that Magnus is capable of finding some kind of entrance down here. It would be way more interesting if he's able to do that. Back to Watch the Turd. Not a crazy event. Can get some culture going. Doctrine is gonna be nice. Look at this court we have here. It's crazy, and all these guys. It's overall very impressive. Oh, the leader did die in here. We did lose a lot of science. Could install someone new. A lot of good options, honestly. Answering a question from Scientific. He's not allied to the Danes any longer. Yeah, and look at how committed we see his opponent being to trying to stop this right here. And he needs even more units to go over here. He doesn't have the training to do it. Okay, he is gonna kill a slinger. A slinger is not really worth a lot, in my opinion. He's gonna be forced to use training for this. He is gonna go here, be forced to use training, and then he can stand right here. Alright, we've blocked this right here. But again, with all these units standing right here, there is an opening right here. And you have these very decent units capable of killing one of these units. This is wide open. You can get down here if you want to, Magnus. This... Do you have your elephant nearby? No. For whatever reason, we've decided our elephant is better spent up here. Get this elephant down here immediately. Kill this unit. Go down here with the elephant. Push this unit out of the way and swarm this area. And honestly, I don't think this could win versus most of what Magnus has. We would maybe invite an invasion from over here, but yeah. I could see us getting down here, honestly, which would be super fun. But we gotta move somewhat fast. The current state of military is not by much, but there is some quality to Kush's army as they have 8 strength units. They don't have a lot of them, but they do have some of them. And we are mainly fighting with tribal units in and axemen. Oh, we did get another African elephant. If we could get most of our good units down here, we would definitely be able to win an engagement. This might be one of the rare instances of building a wall or something over here being worth it. If he invades up here, we can sort of go down here, get this city, and then come back and defend. I think that's pretty decent approach. We do have an elephant here. It's not quite capable of getting down here without force march, I think, but it might be. And hello, Problem Gambler. Welcome to the chat. But you do need to make a move eventually as Magnus. You can't sit on 5 cities with no space to expand. The cities are simply not good enough. The quality of the resources and the urban improvements are not gonna get there. So you need more eventually. And your opponent has no training whatsoever currently. Does have a lot of orders though, but yeah. This could be a big turn. I really don't see hydraulics pulling through for us currently. So Magnus, do we see our options down here? Do you have the presence of mind to knowing that your unit right here is capable of standing here, shooting down here, and killing? He doesn't know. I see your point, Magnus. It doesn't block, but this is a better place to fight, honestly. But maybe just going directly down here is worth it. I'm gonna stay around for a little while. I was about to say I might leave just for a second, but do you have enough to fight right here, Magnus? You need a pretty strong Alpha Strike. I'm not certain we have enough units in the area. Maybe we do. I really like the commitment to doing this. Why did we move our boat? For God's motherfucker, Magnus. Fuck, he says. Why, Magnus, would you be moving the anchored boat? Damn. that is that is sad. We just donated our camel, it would seem. Magnus. So close and yet so far. Yeah, yeah, we are just gonna lose our units now. We killed one nomad warlord and we are gonna lose a spearman and a camel archer and a lot of orders. This is just so bad. That is so bad. That is so bad. Yeah, He still has this avenue of attacking, and again, I think that would have been better from the get-go, but oh, this is so sad. And look, he's rushing another ship in here. I don't like we are spending all our wood on spearmen and ships and not 8 strength units. We should really go for quality and not quantity. This is unfortunate. Oh, nice. We do see this. We do see this. Please. We moved all the way to the front with this guy. We can get this guy all the way down here and then kill a unit, which would be nice. Move this guy forward and kill here. It is worth it. Trust me. I mean, we were so close to greatness. but it seems like we are gonna miss out. This ship can also come up here and basically block. And again, why are we moving this so close? He does have Eagle Eye and infinite range. He could stand here instead and shoot. And then you could bring this guy here and... Shh. Magnus, bring this guy down and shoot and... Oh, this is sad. Unfortunate, unfortunate, unfortunate. So goddamn close to greatness and... Oh, look at this. 10 legitimacy. That was a great event. Holy damn. And she's getting even better by the minute. This... I'm upset. I am quite upset. Clearly Watch the Turd is confused, but it doesn't matter. He's gonna be able to defend this. This is... Why would you use this unit? It's... I do not compute with moves like this. I I really struggle to see how you could fuck that up that badly. Dead camel, dead spearman, and we are not in a position to donate units to our opponent. This is so bad. We could also, before we could do so much better. We could do so much better. Okay, can he kill the camel? He should be able to. But maybe the camel is gonna survive. Maybe he doesn't want to use these units. And it is standing in the desert. Maybe the camel is gonna survive? Question mark. Maybe this was the perfect play all along, because now the camel is gonna go over here and attack from behind. Scientific, you would be screaming at the players currently if you were in my position. But yeah, my inner salt is slowly shining through. This absolutely crazy chord. Nevertheless, I am gonna leave you for 1 minute and get something to drink and be back in 1 second. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss, chat? Seemingly the camel is gonna survive, so it was trade. More so than we thought, or at least I thought. Um, we do see some newly built elephants coming in and assisting, and I mean, the empire of Carthage is just gonna be increasing in strength each turn as we get better specialists, some very valuable improvements overall. So it is definitely a ticking timer under Magnus. He needs to accomplish something soon. What does the stats look like? Training, somewhat equal. Military. Yeah, see, he really bounced back quickly. Still very possible to move in and get a lot done. And we moved a lot of units into a somewhat decent position to move in. Can we kill a unit up here? We could maybe... We could, with this bireme getting done, we could, with this ship and this ship being done up here, we could in theory possibly kill the scout, then get our elephant we haven't moved, could get down here and then push this one out, and then we could sort of stagger an invasion. Is he running out of orders? Sort of. Huge misplay. Yeah. Oh, I didn't see this. I didn't see this. So, yeah, he went in with one of the boats. Yeah, we clearly were more focused on the boat action up here as Magnus compared to down here. We are gonna go back to anchoring. What are we gonna do with this guy? Please move him all the way over here. Please, for the love of God. Or maybe go all the way down to the neutral fort. Just stay there. Say, hello, I'm here. What are you gonna do about it? But again, it is very frustrating to just see small but seemingly huge improvements in how we approach this battle. I would love for us to find an entry here as Magnus, but we are definitely struggling, and hydraulics is not going to help us. The free bireme would have helped a lot. Then we would have a boat up here capable of maybe pushing some of these boats back. We would get back into water. I I think that's an older note. Use this. We've seemingly used all our orders. We rushed an onager. Why are we rushing onagers, Magnus? Onagers is way too slow and not really doing anything. We will just not even attack with this guy. Oh, I'm sad. I am sad. This distraction up here worked perfectly. You are definitely on a timer and you are not really playing like there is a timer. And this guy could have easily gone back, getting into a better position, get some kills here and funnel your units down. These units over here can't get down here fast enough. So you could have killed units here and swarmed this area with these units. It would have been very difficult to defend. But instead we are rushing an onager, and an onager is going to accomplish absolutely fuck all. We are moving our units in this direction. The war elephant could go down here, get on here, push units out of the way, and more units could swarm. We are so close to greatness and yet so freaking far away. And the opponent is just getting slowly but certainly getting better. The officers are coming online. The As I said before, the better improvements are coming online. It's not gonna stay open, this little window of opportunity we've been provided right here. We anchor once more. Maybe that is gonna do something for us, not certain. But I really don't get why we are fixated on attacking here and not here. Here would be way better. Battle line is nice, and I agree with Blunt Magic. He could most certainly be going for a infantry square and get pikemen. Yeah, this unit is just gonna fall back and be fine. I bet Magnus is gonna be furious when he rewatches this game. And I've not been too nice to him. I apologize, Magnus. I love you, man. I hope you know it. I am just really trying to see and find the place capable of bringing you back. I'm seemingly dying as well. 1 second. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I would love us to get more of our 8 strength archers. Scientific, I don't know why we haven't opted to go for more cities. I don't know. We could have taken all these cities a long time ago if we wanted to, but nope. It is only 9 to 5 cities, so taking one city would make it 8 to 6 cities, making it way more competitive. And we would get some nice places for a few mines and quarries and all that good jazz. Yeah, the the coast has been reinforced, and we do see a lot of elephants. The camel archer gets to live. It is almost capable of killing units over here. Oh, look at this. Now our opponent realized there was an opportunity to move in right here, so he stopped that. Can we not easily. Could move this one back here, get this one over here. We could maybe kill this one if we commit to it. The opportunity for Magnus invasion down south here is certainly closing. And I don't think he's gonna have an opportunity like that again in this game. And yeah, that is gonna probably seal the deal for him. He's not gonna win on these 5 cities. And science is slowly going back to watch the third's favor. The orders equal currently. Militaries, yeah. I see he hit 7 laws and I forgot about my camel. Did he pick up a 7 law? Orthodoxy, yeah. Hmm. Pull this guy back, Magnus. Pull him back to, like, here. Then you can deal 10 damage. Get this guy close so this gets a little buff. And then bring down some of these archers and you can kill this ship. He was so glad he killed one ship up here, and I get that because these ships has been very annoying, but honestly it's not gonna do enough. Look at this. Watermill, 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 watermill. I mean, this is at least gonna net us some lumber. But it is quite unfortunate to be in a position where this is seemingly a good play. Goods boost is gonna be pretty nice. But yeah, Magnus, you could probably kill this ship. Move back and do the freaking fucking math and find a way. Or just be content on doing. We could do so much better. We could do so much better. We could move this one back and then move this one down and then we could kill this. It's the small things, but it adds up. Like each turn we are making small mistakes in the war. So instead of killing a unit each turn, we are not killing a unit each turn. We're not applying any sort of pressure. I like this anchor. Seemingly it would feel dangerous for our opponent, but it's not really gonna accomplish a whole lot. We can improve here, so we could go slam in here and attack, but this is a horrible place to attack into. Horrible. This down here is way better. We still have the camel. The camel could go here and kill this. And it should. Better than just leaving it here and dying, I think. What is our build queues like? Treasury, treasury, archives, inquiry. Alright. We don't have the money really for anything else. Finally, we bring the elephant in this direction. We wasted orders bringing it in this direction before. We bring them back. We forgot about our goddamn camel once more. Responding to a comment, Blunt Magic, he does have farm on almost every single marsh tile. So he is doing exactly that. And he's still not really having any lumber income. So there are a few marsh tiles left, but over half of them has been dealt. Oh, he found the last few orders to kill that unit. Not the perfect position. This is very vulnerable standing in the middle like this. Could have been in the jungle, would have been way more resilient to anything over here. But at least he sort of traded. So I guess. Ooh, rebels. Why are we seeing rebels? How come we are seeing rebels? Uh, we are unpopular. So that increases the risk of rebels. So 2 rebels spawned in a sort of annoying position. That is a bit annoying. So we do have a rebel probability in most cities now. Very annoying. I wish you could see a breakdown of this rebel probability, honestly. I imagine there is some religious dissent. No? Apparently not. I wish Magnus would be a bit more cautious. Ooh, we got a trireme here. The ship that got rushed down here is finished in here. So it can do a lot of annoying damage. Won't be able to kill this, though. Magnus should be able to bring this back and heal it up. And he maybe could go for trapping this one and then fighting 2 versus 1. He maybe could win it, honestly. Not a lot of reinforcement right here. Bring the boat back. Bring this one forward like this, and bring this one forward like this. Could maybe work out. We're bringing all the ships down here. And upgraded our ships. And the camel goes down. Magnus, you have the ability to legit just straight up kill boats being placed right here. If you maneuvered your units better, you could just kill this unit. Each turn, it would drain a lot of resources from Carthage. This is annoying. I don't know how we should respond to this over here. You don't want to over respond, but you have to sort of do something about this. Probably something like putting this on a hill right here, or in the fort attacking, along with some of these guys. You are not really close to the opponent, so the opponent would have a difficult time to rush in with a lot of units. We see the onagers. We had more onagers before. Where are the oh, we spread them out a bit. Look at this. 3 gardeners. 1,000,000 fucking gold. Resources getting really expensive. But we've gotten a few good lumber mills online, so our economy has improved a lot in Carthage. Still a lot of our workers not really doing anything. Yeah. Could have been both better and worse, I guess, overall. This leader is still kicking. But crazy leader, look at it. Absolutely insane. These slingers are gonna be annoying, and unpopular is really annoying. It's probably my least favorite trait on a leader. But yeah, Magnus, please find a way to improve your moves just a little bit. And do not go for something crazy landing all your units over here and try to kill here. That would be very stupid. This guy can just fall back, heal up. Fall all the way back and heal up with this guy. And then have this guy go in, attack the ship, then go in from this angle and attack the ship. It's gonna be slowly dying, but eventually you might win. He could, of course, and maybe he should honestly go for another boat in here and rush it. Would probably be the right call, but he's going for an axeman. He doesn't really have the money. We did get lumber, which is nice. Can get some better archers going. This governor is really old, severely ill. We are probably not gonna finish this inquiry, which is sad. I actually don't know if you push it to 100 and the governor dies, if you get it. I should probably look into that. Does anyone know if this guy dies next turn, but you have one turn left on the inquiry, do you get it or do you not get it? Scientific, that's a question for you. Okay. Magnus is thinking, what did we do with our leader? Where is the leader? Where did the leader go? We moved him somewhere. We're literally just forfeiting our position down there, it seems. Ah, sad. Sad, sad, sad. Is the leader up here somewhere? No. No, no, no. Where is the leader? Did we just move back and heal up? Ah, we are. What? What is this? Oh, this is exactly what I didn't want him to do. The exact opposite of what I would like to do. I couldn't find it because I couldn't fathom why you would go for a play like this. Ah, motherfuckers. Maybe I should explain why I don't like this move at all. First of all, I don't know what we're gonna accomplish coming in here. We're just gonna attack some random units and our opponent has a million units. All these units, they wouldn't have been able to do anything to us if we were down here. But being right here, they can easily come down and reinforce. We have an opponent with naval sea route right here. He can just go around and be right in without any issues. He can come in and attack here. Oh, Magnus. I am getting really close to cursing even once more, and uh, I'm trying to mean this in the nicest way possible. I really love the trying to get something done, but holy shit, you had the opportunities to do so much better in a lot of ways, and this is definitely not the play. The opponent's leader is severely ill. This is not the play at all. I'm so annoyed this is what we opted to do. It is a struggle not to repeat myself. Anyone in chat thinking this is the correct move? Maybe you don't want to to speak up currently, as yeah, I've just and another thing, we're gonna lose this boat, and then all these units are gonna be stranded with no way home. Like right now, they won't be able to get home. We could upgrade this. I believe this had the this boat had the. I'm getting onto it wrong. Yeah, this boat does have the landing, so you could get connected up here and then move back in this direction and fall back. Could be a play, but it's so advanced. It's suddenly Saving Private Ryan situation we got going right here, which never should have been in the first place. And now the opponent is just gonna crash into us. Do a lot of damage. The opponent could like come down here, deal in damage in like this. These units are not really getting over here. What are we killing? We're killing Archer, Chariot, Byreme. Could most likely get at least one more. Maybe both the elephants could die. Like rushing in orders from up here. I don't think he realizes quite how far some of these units could come in and help us. But now Magnus has all these units sort of in the middle of nowhere. If he realizes he can upgrade this with landing and move back in this direction, I'll be very pleased. But it's looking grim. This was this was not the play. This was not the play at all. All of these units would have been unable to assist at all if we had gone in this direction. So what did that do to the stats? We'll see next turn, but I can't imagine anything good. And Kush can't really take any bad trades. We are behind on every metric currently. Could have been worse, but it could have been a lot better as well. This is really when you get when you have an idea and really want to make it work. He got attached to the idea about invading some way through this sea, and he didn't have the opportunity to go here, so he just went in the middle. And yeah, that's not the play. There's a huge difference between landing here and landing here. It's not at all comparable. I mean, rebels are at least popping off in his opponent's kingdom, which would help a little bit. And next turn, she may be doomed. And all right, Magnus, you need to improve this. You can do this. Land and get another range right here. All right, we are not doing that. We are going for some kills and losing all these units. Satch. Satch. Big time Satch. This. Hey! Bounced back, still alive. So, science is back to being sort of equal. Got an earthquake in our entire kingdom. That's gonna suck a whole lot. And we killed one unit. We're sort of trying to get our forces together. Yeah, now we're just going at a random rate down here. This. And we just bring the boat up for good measure to take catapult fire and die. Possibly. Yeah, it's probably just gonna get beaten by slingers. No problem. Do we have 3 slingers? We have 1. Uh, 1, 2. Is there a third somewhere? I actually don't see the third, so maybe this is gonna live for one turn. And why are we going cartography again? You're not really looking to win the goddamn war on the water. You could go crossbowman. Crossbowman would go pretty good here. Could honestly fight sort of favorable versus everything your opponent has. It is a good unit. Good enough to mass versus your opponent. Oh, Magnus, I am rooting for you, but you are not making the right calls currently. It's not coming together for Magnus currently. Don't get me wrong, Watch the Turd has definitely fumbled the ball to some extent as well in this game. But he got a very strong position in the early to mid game. Impressively so. So he is definitely fighting back. And it's just getting better on most metrics as we look. Look, wood, he just increased his wood income by a lot. Stone is not impressive. Iron, sort of equal actually. Food is far ahead. Money, he is ahead by a fair margin. Science, he is getting further and further ahead. And military score is just flying. Alright, big decision regarding science currently. Are we gonna go for infantry square or would we like some free longbowmen? We are gonna go for the free longbowmen. I disagree with this decision. This is so sad. Magnus decided to donate like 8 units for basically no reason, in my opinion. He could have done so much better by taking 1 unit each time here. It's just a sad cleanup. I can't be I don't believe Magnus is feeling too oh, the leader is doomed now. But I can't believe, or I don't believe Magnus is feeling confident at all currently. What are we looking at in his kingdom? Pretty devastating earthquake, honestly. We've yet to go out and upgrade or try to take back the navy, but I understand it with 3 triremes. I really gotta applaud the overall idea here, and if he hadn't fucked it up over here with moving the anchor, he could have gotten an entry down here, and we would be looking at a much different game. I'm sad he didn't prepare more with the units up here, would have been a lot better. Scientific saying, it's a good idea to basically build a lot of units, base units, and try to pool some resources and then go for power spike when upgrading a lot of units on one turn. And that is sort of what Vovalet did versus Aaron, so I can recommend that game if you would like to see that sort of approach taken to the extreme with some pretty good players. Vovalet accomplished seeming impossible odds and overcame Aaron with a mass pikeman upgrade. Very impressive showing from him. both players are making some interesting choices, I'd say. But yeah, this is what I was alluding to just before. Going up here, you just lose the boat. So no reason to go up here at all. Yeah, Magnus is much weaker now. That's gotta be a confidence boost, to say the least. Crazy that Magnus had the opportunity to go in this direction and take a city. Well, not crazy by itself, but yeah, he had that opportunity. I wonder what's gonna happen to the science when this leader dies. Magnus is still doing decently on the science front. Maybe he's not out of it yet, but he definitely had a way back. Scientific, yeah. For a very long time, Carthage could make an invasion, but never opted to do so, and not really sure why. All right, we've done something about our atrocious lumber income. We made it a little better with triple uh, watermill, so that's nice. We're building a lot of watermills. I like that. Um, I mean, almost always just heal the unit first, even though this feels sort of the most efficient way to get the watermill. If it has lost any sort of damage, it's gonna take another turn, so that heal is gonna pay itself off. The only reason not to heal a worker would be if it's mainly gonna do one turn jobs, which is often like repairing stuff or building roads. If that's not the case, you should almost always heal before you do anything with a unit. I don't know why we're going. I mean, I know why we're going this direction. We would like to get some good boats, but that's not gonna win us the game. It would have been a lot better to go for crossbowmen, and also windmills would have been decent. At least I think so. Maybe not. But yeah, that took a nosedive for no reason at all. Mercifully, our opponent is not really taking advantage of what they got going in their empire. He's back home. He's alive again. But we had him on such a good unit before. It's sad, and we are at turn 100 finally, so it is one of the longer games of the tournament. And I believe another game is about to start in like 8 minutes between Chloris and Moroden. A very interesting game. I would love to see how that pans out, honestly. I may just pull it on up on my second screen and have it going on mute while this game continues. can't really find a system to Magnus's nodes, so I don't know which node is first. I can't believe I moved my anchored unit. Yeah, me neither, Magnus, me neither. And I imagined every feeling I have about it, you have it times 10. Most disappointing moment in this entire game. Top 10 anime betrayals, honestly. That anchored boat just going back for no apparent reason at all. This lady doesn't look like a 5-year-old, in my opinion. Princess Kella, you do look a bit older, in my opinion. But whereas 61, she's looking pretty good for 61, honestly. Is our leader still going strong? Our leader is still going strong. Amazement spawned. That is annoying. Some issues back at home for Watch the Third. It is gonna be annoying to deal with, but 2 longbowmen is gonna spawn next turn. Gonna be able to deal with that quite easy. And we are about to be done with this little offensive. I don't know for how long these are gonna continue. They've been playing for what, 3.5 hours? So it's been quite a session already. Last time they went for like 5 hours-ish, which is pretty long in my opinion. Walls. We are building walls for some reason. Not sure why. I mean, we may... Oh, there's an anchor here, so... Seemingly we are scared for an invasion, for good reason. There could be an invasion coming in. I like this play for Carthage. Seemingly they are playing from a position of confidence, so they feel confident in moving forward. And I feel they can move forward, honestly. I feel they are in a commanding lead. So moving forward seems reasonable. They do not have the order advantage though. Not really. Very close order game overall, actually. But they've gone. They don't have a lead in science either, and that is mainly due to all these increase back here. They've done a lot of. They've done a lot to help our science. 100. Maybe we are just gonna attempt to overwhelm our opponent. Just attack on every single front. And honestly, that might not be a bad idea at all. The earthquake is still being annoying. A lot of our workers are low HP, and we do not have a lot of units, quite simply put. Let's see if Magnus can do something, but it's mainly this army right here. And 5 units right here. His entire army is, yeah, not impressive. He's not having a lot of resources. What are we looking at here? Some kind of event. Alright, so we have in total 12 units to work with. This is really a show of confidence, just coming in, putting up an onager right here on top of the mountain. Coming in, destroying the farms, destroying the barracks, just being very annoying. So how is Magnus going to respond to this? I honestly don't know how he can respond to it. We lost a lot down there. Basically, we lost around 40% of our army or something. We may see a GG somewhat soon. Not certain, but perhaps. Earlier I said I really struggled to find a way back for Magnus, and then suddenly we saw something up here. Okay, seemingly we are gonna stop soon, so they are gonna end the session, which is very neat, as another game is about to start. I can recommend going to Scientific's channel. You should have that up in a second, I believe. And it should be a very good game. I didn't see the last session. I did catch how the state was by the end of it, but it's two very good players playing in a late game situation. So hopefully it's gonna be a good game. So if you would like more Overwatch, Old World. I've been playing Overwatch for the last few weeks as well, so forgive me. But if you would like more Old World, I'd recommend to go towards that channel, Scientific. I'll post it in a second. But yeah, seems like we are gonna end with Kush being about to be overrun by Carthage. I really struggle to see a way back here, but I might be mistaken. I'll look a bit at the stats just to cap off the session. Military, really going in one direction mostly currently. The income, stone. Magnus is ahead on stone. Wood, seemingly Magnus is doing a bit better currently, but he's not paying a lot of taxes for units, so behind on food. Orders equal. Money sort of equal. Science sort of equal overall. So, I mean, if the military got equalized, it may still be quite competitive, honestly. But the potential of the Carthage Empire is just so much better, in my opinion. We have so many cities capable of just building units, just excellent improvements all around, just building up our empire in a capacity that I don't believe Kush is gonna be able to deal with. But they pulled a miracle back before, and maybe they'll do it again. Having those upgraded watermills is gonna net you a lot of value, so we shall see. But yeah, seemingly this is the last turn, and look how much science we lost from the leader dying. We lost 50 science each turn, which is significant. And look at the family opinion. It went to the absolute gutter. Holy damn. Maybe this isn't over yet, folks. Look at the family opinion. We are most likely gonna see a lot of rebels pop off very soon. We may see some of these units invade. Maybe Magnus can find a way to fight back. If he can fight back this offense, which is gonna be difficult, but maybe not impossible. But if he's able to do that, we could maybe see another session. But I am gonna, or another close session. But I am gonna end here, and I recommend going to Scientific's channel to watch the next old world game in today. I think he will be live so very soon. So see you guys, and thanks for watching. And yeah, I thought they would save here. They are not saving. Are they taking this turn? Did I misunderstand? Oh, once it comes back to me, we'll save. Okay, so we have this turn. I was closing out too soon. Let's we see the pullback actually. So we may not see that offense, and I think that's is in favor of Magnus, honestly, because the potential for simply overrunning Magnus was there, and yeah, he's gonna have some time to lick his wounds, and the family opinion is suddenly in the gutter. Gotta be a somewhat difficult time to get that in order. He's gonna really struggle with that. We have Judaism as our state religion for some reason. Don't know why. Yeah, this is suddenly back to being interesting. Look at all these very annoying rebels. At least we have two longbowmen capable of taking care of this, but then those longbowmen are not really on in the front lines, and we lost a lot of gold. We lost a lot of good stuff. Can we fix the family opinion? Maybe, maybe not. But holy damn, what a turnaround! What a roller coaster of emotions. If and but and all that good stuff. But yeah, science is suddenly swinging back to look. We lost basically 50 science per turn, losing our excellent leader before. So now Magnus is actually having the lead in science, and he's still having a scholar in here capable of building those lovely inquiries. And yeah, his cities are very good. Look at the civics in his cities. Very strong overall. I need to go to his point of view to swap between the cities. Very nice cities overall. Training wise, not that impressive, but he got the civics at least. And yeah, the training is heavily favoring Carthage though. So if he had the resources, he could really overrun his opponent. But he's not really having the resources currently. And the improvement count is sort of close. Yeah, sort of close. There's more quality to his improvements. So we are... It's probably going to be worth to come back for the third session in this game. So maybe I'll be able to cast it, but we shall see. But I don't think there is much more to say. They are gonna save in a second, and I've basically done my closing thoughts. So I think I'll end the stream here, and I will link in chat the next Old World entertainment for you guys tonight, as Scientific has started his stream, which is hopefully gonna be a very good match. But thanks for watching, and go watch Scientific.